I forgot the most important thing. I'll be right back. That's right, it started off as the Carol Burnett Show theme, but then ended with the old Star Trek theme. That's just what happens when I sing that song. And check this out. It's my new kazoos from my lovely Christina. That is awesome! This is a trombone kazoo. I mean, look at this sucker. Original from the original kazoo company. Yeah, it's really great. It's metal, it's totally awesome, it moves. You know, it doesn't matter when you do that, but I mean, it's just great. This came in a set of 4, although 2 were plastic, and they were more for show. They're not the kind of quality kazoo you get out of this baby. I mean, come on, listen to this, listen to this, listen to this. I had something and I didn't go for it. Anyway, hi everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of The Brian Treybig Show. I'm your host, Edward Norton. Brian Treybig. We're broadcasting live from the boat, Olive Hue, in between Houston and Galveston. Oh, wow. Okay, first off, I've got a bunch of news. A bunch of news that's happening. A bunch of stuff going on. But before we get into that, we just got through watching the new Kingsman movie, The Golden Circle. I don't know if you've seen the first one or whatnot, but it is a damn good sequel. It's a damn good sequel to a damn good movie. It's a very good movie. Everyone was just wonderful. I can't give you anything away, but it was just a damn good movie. You should watch it if you're into cool stuff. And if you are, well, you're here because you're that cool. Hello, Karen Trumbley. Oh, hi, how are you? Good to see you, good to see you. Can't wait to see you soon. Well, it looks like they're bringing up one of the boats that sank during Hurricane Harvey, and they look successful. Doesn't look like a clean boat anymore. It's been under this clear lake. You know what that means. Nasty. So nasty. Anyway, it's a beautiful day here. It's a wonderful day. Things that are going on. Well, first off, I've taken the reins to direct Jekyll and Hyde at the Clear Creek Community Theater. Now, check this out. Here's the story behind this, okay? This is how divine this is. Hello, Izzy. Hi, how are you? Hello, dear. Years ago, well, first off, let me tell you, the reasoning behind me taking over doing Jekyll and Hyde, directing, is that the previous director had to drop out because of Hurricane Harvey's damage to their house, and that is all she could focus on is her house, and she had no time to direct Jekyll and Hyde. So, yeah, I was offered the part of directing it, and I knew the situation. We had to change the dates, we had to find more actors, although auditions have already been done, and and trying to contact those people were very hard to do, as the their information was lost in the storm, and so I had to start from scratch. And I took this on because I've been through this situation before with Jekyll and Hyde. During the last hurricane, Hurricane Ike, I was in that play, ready to go with playing the character Dr. Lanyon, and Hurricane Ike showed up and drove a lot of the actors away to get away from the storm. One was the title role, who was playing Jekyll and Hyde. He went to Austin, and 3 days before the show opened, decided, you know what, I'm not coming back. You're going to have to find somebody else. So immediately the director said, Brian, you're Jekyll and Hyde. And then they found somebody to take over the part of Lanyon, Dr. Lanyon. And so I had 3 days to learn that play and go on stage and perform it and do it. I was literally behind the door backstage reading the script and going through it and saying, okay, here we go. And then I go on stage and I do my lines. I read my lines. It was a very scary thing. Very, very scary. I never wanted to relive that again, ever. And so when this came about, I knew the situation. I was prepared to take it on because I've experienced such problems like that. And I decided to go for it. The thing is, I've had auditions, and I've got almost everyone I need. I need a Dr. Jekyll and a Dr. Lanyon. Unfortunately, I may have to take on one of those roles. I prefer, if I would take on a role, it would be Dr. Lanyon. Now, this isn't the same Jekyll and Hyde that I've done before. This one's a little different, which is very interesting. I love this version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. What is really cool about it is that every person who is in the play, except for Jekyll and Elizabeth, plays multiple roles, including a Hyde. There are up to 4 Hydes in this play that just change just all of a sudden. Oh, thank you, Izzy. That's really nice of you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you remember that. And so everybody has a major role in this play, which is really cool. What isn't cool is that I can't just cast anyone to just jump in on a small part. There are no small parts in this play. They're all very important and pertinent to the story. And so, if I were to play Dr. Lanyon, I would be playing Lanyon, including one of the Hydes. And I'll tell you this, it is a very disturbing play. There are some many horrible things that go on, and we have little time to do it. But the story is amazing. It almost will look kind of odd as far as the stage. It's going to be a little askew and obscure, because in a sense it almost looks like it's taking place in Jekyll's mind. So everything's a little off. All the colors are a little off, you know, the costuming, the stage colors, and there's well, I don't want to go any more on that, but it's a very beautiful play, and I can't say I look forward to being a part of it, because we have to do this now. I need actors, and we need to get started. I'm going to block Act 1 Monday. Tomorrow, Calendar Girls that had an amazing run, sold out shows. It was a great show. Everyone was wonderful in it. They closed this Sunday, and when they strike, we have to decide what to do to our set for Jekyll and Hyde, which opens October 20th. We have less than a month to get this play going, and we haven't blocked Act 1. I've got people who can't be there during the week. I'm, as a matter of fact, leaving for San Antonio for a little bit, and also I'm getting married that month as well. It's a big surprise, big to-do, and It's wonderful. There's just so much to it. There's just so much to it. And it has driven me to drink. And this is just Sprite anyway. Anyway, that's going on. So there's a lot on my plate right now. A lot on my plate. I have a houseboat we're trying to sell. And no worries, no problem with that. Don't feel bad that we're having to sell the houseboat. It was a beautiful decision to do. It was just it's going to work out for the best. But I got to think about. And there's just so much going on, so much going on. And speaking of selling the houseboat, here's where the rants come in. I gotta have a cigarette for this. When selling something online to the general public, you're open to get to receive from that general public their character. And when I listed the houseboat, I gave in great detail what was wrong with it. Does the engine run? The engine does not run. Is it taking on a little water? Is it this? Is it that? Does this work? I've put everything down there. Okay. So when I receive questions about the boat, interested in buying it, I've received questions that have been answered in the description of the ad. I do not even want to reply to these people. I don't even want to try to sell them the boat when they can't even follow a simple direction of reading. And then going from there. If you can't read what is there, don't bother me. I had one person, I had a lot of people do this stuff, but there was one person who they asked me 2 questions, and those 2 questions were answered already in the description. And so he asked me these 2 questions. And then my question was, did you read the description of the ad? And he goes, yeah, it just says the footage and how much you want for it. That's the title, not the description. And so I said that is the title, not the description. And so I then also copy and pasted the description into the text, and I sent him the description to read. That was already there for him to read. And so he read it, and he knew the answer, and he replied like, oh, this and this, with an exclamation point, thanks. Like I wasted his time. Like I wasted his time. No, sir. If you're going to waste mine, I will take the time to waste yours to prove a point. And of course he didn't get it. He didn't catch on. He didn't apologize. Customer number 2. It clearly reads that the engine does not run. Okay? So what's the next question I get from somebody else? Does it have a motor? So am I gonna say no? Well, I have to say yes, because it has a motor, it's an engine. So I said yes, exclamation point. Did I tell him it doesn't run? No, because it's in the description. I don't know what to do anymore. I want to sell it kind of quick. It's reasonably priced. But I just can't deal with idiots. I'm sorry. I just can't deal with you. I understand if there's a language barrier. I understand that. But clearly they could read. as they were reading my text and answering me. So that wasn't the case. I need some more Sprite. Hold on. So, I suppose these rants are coming about because of all the stress I'm having with everything going on. I mean, I am pleased and happy beyond belief with what's going on in my life. I am blessed about it. There's no doubt about that. I am in love with everything that's happening. So much. It's just a lot right now in concentrated form. So, that attitude and energy brings me to talk about idiocracy. The problem is, it's not hard to conceive a child. That's the problem. Now, if it were a complicated system on how to create a child, then there would be less children and less people here on the planet. But since all it takes is to accidentally go, oh, there you go, there's a child. You don't have to have an IQ at all to have a child. At all. If you can do this, you can have a child. I don't know, that's probably weird. But insert tab B into slot A, you know, any of those things. Or slot K. Ha! Okay. Anyway, my point is, if it were as complicated as some of the flowers' reproductive system, gosh, we would not have a child. We'd probably have a child 3 times a year or something like that. I mean, it is a complicated happenstance that these certain flowers and species breed. It's amazing. I mean, there's a huge process. I mean, there's like 10 steps for it to work, and then there's life. It takes a lot from certain species to create life. And we've evolved, I guess, apparently, or whatnot, to where it's that easy. Just bloop, there you go. Easy as eating and pooping. That's as easy as that is. So anybody could have a child, and so there's idiots running everywhere. I don't mean to be so mean. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I know there are a lot of people who agree with me and just can't take it. And I don't like being on the road with these people at all. I know a car immediately turns you into an asshole when you get inside of it, but the others don't help at all either. So that's another issue I don't want to get into. Oh, but I do. Those people, if you decide to get up front, if you're here's a stoplight, right, and here's a car already at the stoplight, and you're behind this car, but you decide, oh, I think I want to be on this side, so I'm ready to go. And I don't have to worry about anybody. I don't have to wait on anybody. And then the light changes, and this guy goes, and he's still lollygagging. If you take that lead, you take the lead. You take the lead. And if that is your way of leading, well then, move out of the way. I dream of teleportation, of a transporter, where we can just teleport, that we can just get in and go, be there. Driving, I mean, if I was driving a Back to the Future DeLorean, yeah, this is cool, let's kick ass, take my time. You know, everybody knows, it's like, whoa, yeah, he's living it up, you know. But these people just, sorry, I'm just going everywhere. But there are rules here. I mean, when you stop at that stoplight and you're making a turn or whatever, it doesn't matter. You're in charge of all the other 10 cars or so behind you. You're responsible. Now, if you had these 10 cars, picture a train. As soon as this goes, The end cab goes. Ooh, just like that. Just like a train just goes. It's one interlocking system. 10 cars, can they do that? No. They can't at all. How is it possible? I don't like to waste time on other people's time. I want to waste time on my time. I don't mind just scrolling through funny pages on the internet for 2 hours. That's my decision. But I do not want to waste time on the road. No, where safety is an issue. Oh, friends, it's all relative, you know. And again, I am super happy. I am super happy. These people just need to go. Oh my goodness. And here I am without child. I have Mr. Milo and Summer Mummers, and they are just fine by me. And you know, in retrospect, I'm glad I don't have children because of I guess my living situation. I know children have grown up on boats before and worse conditions than they would if they were under my care. But I just don't think it was in the stars that I should have a child. But every once in a while, I get jealous because of the idiots who don't care about their child, and you know, and I mean, gosh, you know, to give life, to create that beautiful life, it's part of you to shape the world, and you could care less, and some people just don't care. They don't. Oh, another kid, and some people have kids just for the tax money and things like that, and it's just sad to me how society is going. It's just a really sad situation. I mean, stupidity and ignorance is praised and shown and shined upon. But when you have a creative idea and things are not exactly normal, but it is for the better, is just frowned upon and is just not noticed. It goes unnoticed. And it's a very sad thing. And that's why we try to inform you on this show, entertain you on this show, bring all aspects of people, different types of people, and try to stay universal on this show. Now, with that, I will try my best to be on here every Saturday at 3 p.m. I apologize for last week. Couldn't make it. But in my current schedule, we will see how it goes. The only thing that is keeping me from saying yes, I'll be doing the show is that I like to do the show here on the boat with the good internet and things like that. And it's a beautiful scene, beautiful scenery here. But if I can do the show where I will probably be, like at the theater or something like that, then I'll do it. I'll take a moment and say hi. But we will see what happens. Lots of things are coming up. Lots of things. I got this show. My mama's coming. My mama's coming. Yeah, that's right. From Oklahoma. I'm getting married. I'm going to San Antonio for a marriage. Halloween is my favorite day of the year, favorite time of the year. And so, I mean, I want to make sure that's cool, fine and dandy. Christina and I are going as Gomez and Morticia Adams. And what we will do, I'm not sure. Dash Beardsley, he was going to be in the play, but the Ghost Man of Galveston, but he couldn't do it because of Halloween stuff, doing tours. And so he's got stuff going on, investigations, tours, just so much. But guess what we're going to do? We're going to do it. We're going to take it on, stay sane, be happy, appreciative, blessed, and strong. We can do this. Well, friends, I'm trying to think of anything else that I wanted to talk about. It looks like that's about it. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go downstairs, and Christina and I, we're going to play some games. Oh, yeah. You don't want to be there when we play some games. It is ruthless. I mean, she is horrible. She is so mean. When we play Uno, man, she's like, Uno. I'm like, man. Okay, anyway, guys, love you. Take care. Have a great day. See you next week.